Hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together. Remember that our videos is for the sake of education. We are not here to do any mockery of anyone except lies and how some they try to make fun of a human being and to fool him just because he is not educated. So the purpose of what we do is education and education only, so people will not be fooled. I'm not sure how many of you used to watch Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is a cartoon. But, this cartoon can be in trouble. If you remember not long time ago, there's a sheikh, he said that Mickey Mouse should be killed. And why? Because it's a mouse. It's the enemy of Allah. And Muhammad, he ordered his companions to kill all the dogs. And when people, they start complaining, especially at that time, dogs is something very necessarily for life. It's not a fantasy or it's not a decoration. Like these days, you can have a dog in your home just for fun, for the kids maybe. Or you need a company. But Muhammad, he ordered to kill the dogs. And obviously in Islam there is something very bad against dogs. In the beginning, Muhammad, he started saying that dogs are dirty, filthy. They call them in Arabic najis. And as long as we don't like to say things without showing reference, so let us see some reference. I heard the Messenger of Allah raising his voice and commanding that dogs be killed. And dogs were killed, except for hunting dogs, or dogs kept for herding livestock. In fact, he ordered to kill all dogs, but as we said later, when people they start complaining, he had to go easy, or let us say easier, in killing dogs. But why Muhammad, he hated dogs very much? And why he want to kill them? I mean, dogs are the best friend for mankind. They protect you, protect your children, protect your livestock if you are like doing farming, or if you live in off a grid, if you live in a village. I mean, they are really the only alarm system we have until we have what is called security cameras. And so even dogs, they were not safe and secure from Muhammad. And as I understand, that dogs, they can sense evil. They have a special kind of sensation. So look like Muhammad, he could not find one dog he like him, for the evil inside him is so strong. So wherever Muhammad he go, dogs, they go crazy against him. And obviously he hated them very much. And in the beginning, when Muhammad he ordered to kill all the dogs with no exception, as you see in front of you on the screen. And then when people they start complaining, saying this is not fair, who is going to guard our animals? Who is going to guard our livestock? Then he added an exception or exempt, which is the hunting dogs and livestock protection. But things can go really far. And if I ask any of you how dogs are created, I don't know if we have any Muslim here. If there is any Muslim, feel free, you are our guest, and we will be happy to have you here. Remember, please, to speak to Muslim nicely. We are here not to, we are just here to educate Muslims and Christians, atheists, whoever is listening. If there is any Muslim, can tell me how Allah created dogs. Do you have an idea? Any Muslim have an idea? I'm trying to get you closer to understand why Muhammad, he made dogs very evil dogs are evil, dogs should be killed, dogs are dirty, dogs are filthy, you know, touching dogs. If actually Muhammad, he said, the one who have a dog in his house, Allah would decrease his deeds. It's like, you know, he would take from your bank account. So if you, for every day, which means if you have a dog for a year, you are bankrupt in the let us say the bank of deed of Allah. As you see in front of you. So for every day you have a dog in your home, Allah is cursing you. He will send you to hell, literally. Because by time, if you have them for 10 days, you are all the deeds you did. Let us say you do jihad, you fight for the sake of Allah, you hate the Christians, you hate the Jews, you hate the Hindus, you hate etc., which is a requirement in Islam to be a Muslim. And this is all will increase your deeds for Allah. But then just for having a dog, having Scooby-Doo in your house, that destroy everything you did in your life. Why Muhammad he have too much hate? And then if we try to find out what Islam trying to make out of a dog, you will find that Islam is trying to poison our head against dogs. It's like dogs is the enemy of Islam. To the point the Muslims believe that dogs are created from the spit of Satan. Now many of you will say, come on, what is that? There's no way the Muslim will believe in that. They do. This is a hadith, and this is reference here. The names of the books, they are in Arabic. We will mention one, you know, Bihar al-Anwar, volume 11, page number 207. It says, from Ali, from etc., that the Prophet said, Muhammad said, how Allah created, from what Allah created dogs, or dog. He said, Muhammad, he said, he created him from the spit of Satan, of Iblis. Allah cursed him. They said to him, how he did that? The messenger of Allah, he said, when Allah, he sent down Adam and Eve to the earth, he sent them as birds shaking, like, you know, when a bird, like, you know, is cold or etc. So they are like bird and they are shaking. And then the filthy Iblis, which means Satan, Allah cursed him. He ran to the lions, and they were exist before Adam in the earth. And he said to them, hey lions, there's two birds, they just fell down from the sky. They are so big. You never saw a big bird like those. Come and, which means, you know, come and eat them. And then the lions, they start chasing Adam and Eve. Like they start trying, like, you know, to go where he's pointing his finger there, keep going there, keep going there. And then Iblis, he keep encouraged them and he screamed on them, you know, and he's saying to them, soon we will arrive, soon we will arrive. And then by the time he is screaming and talking loud, some of his spit, because of his speaking so fast, he spit, you know, because he's speaking so fast, like a spit came from his mouth. So Allah created from the spit of Shaitan two dogs. One is a male and one is a female. And then Allah, when He sent Adam and Eve, when Allah He sent Adam, as you know, this is one of the stories of Muslims. Adam, he went down in India. This is why the Muslim believe that he was in Sri Lanka. And this is both belief, Shia and Sunni. They believe that Adam, Allah sent him down to India. So Adam, you can say he's an Indian. And that explains why Islam taken a lot of from the Hindus. And then Allah, He sent Eve, according to the story here, in Jeddah, which is not far from Mecca. So look what happened. I mean, the wife and the husband, one in India and Sri Lanka, and the other one in Jeddah. All right? Which very funny here, because supposedly the lions are running to eat them. So what? They're running to eat them where? One in India and one in Jeddah. Okay. So Allah created from the spit of Shaitan, Iblis, two dogs. One is male and one is female. And then they stood around Adam and Eve. The female dog, she was in Jeddah, and the male dog was in India. And they did not let the lions to eat them since that day. And since that day, the dog is the enemy of the lion, and the lion is the enemy of the dog. So here what we see, let us use first Google translation, because we are just reading in Arabic, and I will post the link for you. This is the link. You can do the same. You can open it using Google translation. Just to be sure we are not, this is not our website. This is Islamic website, 100%. And now we open it in Google browser. If you want to use Google translation, you have to use Google browser. So you click at Google on the page, and then you choose translate to English. And you see the story, which we mentioned to you already. So dogs are created from the spit of Satan. And actually this is very logical. I mean, think about it. Where dogs is created? How dogs is created? If we say dogs are created like a human being, no, that's not right. You're making dogs like, If we say dogs are created from zucchini, that would be funny, So we have to come to scientific ideas and belief. And this is obviously, it's a scientific. So as you see here, when Shaitan, he said, come on, eat them. The devil was urging them and yelling at them, promising them that the distance will be soon closer. Some of the spit of the dogs fell down. This is the translation of Google, as you know, it's not really good. So Allah created two dogs from the spit of Shaitan. One is male and one is female. The female, Allah, He sent it to Jeddah, to Hawa, Eve. And here the female coming as the word bitch in Jeddah. And the male dog in India. And they did not let the lions close to them. And from that day, the dogs is the enemy of Adam. Sorry, they are the enemy of lions, and lions are the enemy of dogs. So this is a very interesting story. But here you see the roots of the fictions of Muhammad. Muhammad teaching Muslims that dogs are evil, dogs are ugly, dogs are filthy, if a dog he lick your dish, you have to wash it 7 times. So there's a phobia from Muhammad toward dogs, obviously. And this phobia is scary. You see, Muhammad had many phobia, but the phobia against dogs is really extreme, scary. If you have a Muslim around you, and he is religious, there is no way he will touch a dog. If he is not, he will not care, he will touch it, maybe he will have one at his home. And actually there's many Muslims, they have dogs in their home. And having a dogs in their home, obviously this is mean they don't really care for Islam, unless they consider it a dog for guarding. Because Muhammad, he allowed them at the end to have a guardian dog. But the question to Muslims, why the dog is so filthy? Do we have any Muslim can tell us? If there is any Muslim can tell us about the dogs? If we go in the Quran, we will find a funny story, and obviously this is story here, the Muslim, they understood it wrong. There is a story, it's called the Seven Sleepers. In the seven sleepers, if you go to chapter 18, you will find there is supposedly a bunch of Christian youth who they run away for their life because the ruler want to kill them. And the Seven Sleepers story is a fiction story. A man from Syria, he is a Christian, he is a bishop actually, and he was writing a fiction story for the youth about how discrimination against Christians will be defeated. You know, I mean, we will be victorious. Doesn't matter how much we be discriminated. So kings want to kill us, they want to stop Christianity, but always will be victorious. Muhammad, he heard the story. Muhammad, he took it, he put it in the Quran. As usual, Muhammad, you know, we just showed you from in the other day how the Quran says Muhammad is a person who hear, and whatever he hear, he believe. Anyone remember which verse? Let us see in the text if somebody can remind us. Which verse we mentioned to you just a few days ago. Muhammad, he is a hearer. Whatever he hear, he believe in it. And this is mentioned in the Quran. And here is another story about those youth who they chased by a king to kill them. And because they are Christians, he want to kill them, that's the only reason. But you will notice here in the story that those youth who they are great believers, they have a dog with them. Do we have any Muhammadan here have something to say? How dogs are filthy, they are ugly, they are disgusting, and then the dogs are accompany great believers. Any Muslim can explain to us? Anyone? Look like we don't have Muslims here. What happened? Where is the Muslims? Why we have only 468? What happened? Where is everybody? First, in the verse reading, there's no dogs. That because the Muslims, they got the word wrongly. You see, Muhammad is a copy-paste person, but that does not change the fact that he is, at the end of the day, is a copy-paste. So here the word where it says وَكَلْبَهُمْ, this is because the writing obviously was not clear, and the one who was inscribing the story, he wrote it wrong. It is وَكَالِئَهُمْ, and that was an angel, not a dog. But because the Quran is a funny book, have nothing to do with preservation, those who carry the book, and they carry it by writing after Muhammad, long after Muhammad, the word كَالِئَهُمْ, which means the one who provide them, which is an angel. That's why you see it says here, بَاسِطٌ ذِرَاعَيْهِ, he opened his two arms. Have you ever heard of a dog? He have two arms. In the translation here it says, and the dog and their dog stretching forth his two forelegs. Since when the dog he have two forelegs? How you say two and you say four legs? But in order to cover the stupidity and the mistake in the Quran, that this is impossible to be a dog, this is an angel who opened his arms to protect them in the front of the cave. I mean, a king, an army of a king. A dog will stop the army of a king. You know what I mean? What this dog is doing, he is posting his two arms to protect them. Since when a dog with two arms exist? And since when a dog opening his two arms will stop a king from killing them? A king, an army, you know? So, the story here have nothing to do with dogs. And that explains why in the Quran here, by mistake, it's mentioning the word dog. If you change the translation, change the translator, you will see that things get even funnier, with the translation. Every translation, he gives you a different story. And then it says, they were asleep, and we caused them to turn over for the right and the left, and their dog stretching out his paws. But in Arabic, it says his two arms. Two arms. You can do this. You can copy exactly the same words I'm copying for you in the screen, and you can take it to Google Translation. Let us go open Google Translation. And Google Translation translate words, not, it's a software, will not take a side. All right. So this is Google Translation. Let us put it for you on the screen. And then we go back to the verse, and we will copy in front of your eyes the verse. Okay, copy. And then we go to Google Translate. And then we paste. Arabic. All right. Do you see it? He extended his arms. Actually, his two arms. Translation here is not accurate. Dogs don't have two arms. They don't. They have four legs. So the Quran really never mentioned the dogs in something good. However, in different story, we find that Allah Himself, He have a dog. Anyone remember where? Anyone remember? Ruqya, she is saying, Ruqya, you have to follow the last messenger. But the last messenger, he ordered to follow us, not us to follow him. And you see, Ruqya, you don't know your religion. Your prophet himself, he been taught by Allah to follow Christian prince, and before him, Paul and Peter and Mark and Luke. Obviously, you are ignorant in your religion. Isn't it your prophet that is God when he was suspecting himself to be a prophet? Allah told him, go and ask the Christians. Chapter 10, 194. So first of all, your prophet is not a prophet, because I will give you 10,000 years to show me a prophecy of your prophet. Because if you show me one, we'll be laughing. And Muhammad himself, Allah told him to go and ask the Christians to tell him if he's a prophet or not. And you know the answer. And this is actually proof that when Muslims they say our book is corrupted, that's a lie. Because how Allah is asking us to witness for Muhammad if he is a prophet or not, yet we don't have a book and we are not decent. How Muhammad been ordered to ask the Christians and the Jews, yet the Christians and the Jews are lost themselves. Are you going to ask a loser? Are you going to ask somebody he been deceived and he is not following the true religion or true God? So when Allah he asked Muhammad to ask the Christians, obviously this is a proof that Muhammad he knew that the Christians tell the truth, and he made the verse in the Quran trying to make himself appealing to us, saying, you know what, I need your approval. But as you know, we will not approve of such a man. Now we go back to the topic. In different verses in the Quran, if you remember the chapter of the star, the chapter of النجم, والنجم إذا هوى. This verse actually is enough proof that Muhammad is a fraud, because stars don't fail unless you are talking about a shooting star. But here the word it says the star, the najm, not a shooting star, not a meteor. So when they saw a star, according to Muhammad, falling down, Muhammad he said that Allah told him to say that Allah he swear by the star. And the Arab they were laughing at Muhammad, saying this guy is obviously mentally ill and he is a liar. So Muhammad he says Allah he swear by the star, saying that I am not lost and I am not making things up. But when he said that, his cousin was there and he said, I will not believe in the God of the star. Then Muhammad he said to him, aren't you afraid that the dog of Allah will eat you? Let us go and read the interpretation. Who? The God have a dog? Yes. So in chapter 53, verse number 1, we will go to the interpretation. I don't know if you will find it in English, but we will give it a try. Let us see the book of Asbab al-Nuzul. We could not find, okay. It's not in English, but we can find something else. Give me a second. All right. All right. So read with me carefully. This is Tafsir Ibn Abbas. From his narration and the authority of Ibn Abbas is the cousin of Muhammad, that he said regarding the interpretation of Allah saying by the Najm when his teeth. By the Najm when his teeth. He says, Allah swear by the Quran when Jibreel takes it down to Muhammad. But the funny, Allah swearing by the star, not by the Quran. And then he says, there was a 20 years interval between the first and the last verse. When this verse was revealed, Utbah ibn Abi Lahab heard the Prophet, PBUH, this is a chemical thing in Islam, saw by the revelation of the Quran. in Islament, and he said, tell Muhammad that I disbelieve in the Quran. And then the Prophet was informed of this. He prayed to Allah to set him one of your wild beasts. You see here the fast translation. In Arabic it says his dog. His dog, not a beast. So anyway, Allah, he sent his dog and he ate this person who did not believe in the God of the star. We changed to see the Tafsir al-Jalalain. Let us see Ibn Kathir, because here we did not find really too much information. Let us see to Ibn Kathir. All right. And by the way, Ibn Kathir in English is far away from Ibn Kathir in Arabic, just to let you know. So don't let them fool you. All right. See, it's gone. Where is the dog story? Let us see the Arabic. Always we have to go to the Arabic so we can get them busted. All right. This official government website of Saudi Arabia not working. Let us see this one. All right. As long the government of Saudi website, I prefer the government of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, for some reason the tafsir is not coming. You know, I click in it, it's not showing. So we will do this. Let us go to a different website. No problem. All right. This is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan. So it's still official. Here you will see it says that when the cousin of Muhammad, he said to him, I don't believe in the God of the star. Muhammad, he said to him, aren't you afraid that Allah, he will unleash his dog in you and he eat you? Let us see the English translation and to show you why Muslims don't translate those things to us in Arabic, in English. Translate, let us see, translate. Oh, we have to go out of the page maybe. Translate to English. Aren't you afraid that the dog of Allah will eat you? So here we find many crazy things in this religion. In one hand, dogs is created from the spit of shaitan. Dogs are dirty. Dogs are filthy. If a dog he lick your dish, you have to wash it 7 times. If you have a dog in your house, Allah will curse you. Allah will be upset from you. And then we find that Allah himself have a dog. And then Allah, he sent his dog and he ate this person later. It's a miracle. Be aware that the dog of Allah will eat you, man. Okay? Don't you fear the dog of Allah? Allah will bring your dog over you. Huh? And then this person, he went in a trip to Yemen, and then Allah, he sent him his dog, but his dog have a voice of a lion. He's a dog, but he have a sound of a lion. Anyway, so when we talk about Islam and we talk about Scooby-Doo, we find that any cartoon in the world make more sense than any story Muhammad he come with. Any cartoon you watch of Scooby-Doo make way more sense from what Islam is teaching. You know, Ruqayya, I don't know if Ruqayya is a real person or she is just a fraud. Look what Ruqayya she said. Smile, Ruqayya, I will take a selfie for you. You know, they cannot answer our topic, so they try to change the topic, but we will give you a break, Ruqayya, just to get you busted. Ruqayya, she said, you are a supporter of killer, Israel, and Zionist, but Catholic and Orthodox Church says, Church is in you, Israel, you idiot. Jews hate your Jesus. Well, Ruqayya, let me tell you the bad news. Don't you know that all the disciples of Jesus, they were Jews? So Jews, they love Jesus. Actually, the majority of them, they became a Christian already. Secondly, you idiot, as long Israel is bad, so why Allah, He says He favored them upon mankind? This is your Quran saying that the Jews are the best of mankind. Read and laugh. Is that your Quran? Look how many times your God, He said that the Jews are the best of mankind. Chapter 2, verse number 40. O children of Israel, remember my favor, wherewith I favor you. False translation, by the way. It doesn't say only I favor you. Let us go to front verse, just to make it more clear. He favored them upon who? Upon all mankind. Chapter 2, verse 47. O children of Israel, remember my favor, wherewith you I favored you, and how I preferred you to all creatures. So Allah was a Zionist. Allah is a Zionist. Do you see it? That's the truth. And all over the Quran, Muhammad, he keeps saying the same thing. Now the guy who have a diarrhea, he keeps saying kafir, you idiot. Do you know what kafir mean? I can show you a verse from the Quran saying Muslims are kafir. Stupid. Get out of here. Let your dad talk to me. So when you Muslims speak against the Jews, obviously you do not know anything about your religion, because Muhammad was a Jewish agent. He was their puppy. But when the Jews, they get rid of him, Muhammad, he turned on them with his sharp teeth. Otherwise, the Quran all over saying the Jews are the favorite of all mankind to Allah. Chapter 2, verse 122. Question, why Allah, how Allah he favored the Jews? Are they better than Abraham? According to the Quran, yes. Are they better than Noah? According to the Quran, yes. The verse in front of you. Are they better than the Arab? And I am an Arab? According to the Quran, yes. And the Quran in front of you. Now, if you are going to say to me the Quran is a weak book, we understand. Quran is weak, Muhammad is weak, Islam is weak, and you are weak too. Why Jewish Talmud? What Jewish Talmud? We don't believe in Talmud anyway. So, you know, look, just to show you how silly, you know, when the Muslim they say stuff. Talmud or not Talmud? Don't Allah knew that the Jews have Talmud? Ask your Allah. Talmud is a book written by a rabbi, you idiot. Don't be silly. What Talmud? Talmud is not even a holy book, even for the Jews. So you are a silly person. And now you are trying to divert the topic because you don't want to talk about the dogs. It's very, very embarrassing. This is always when you see Muslims. If you go right now after we finish this broadcast and you look at the comment from Muslims, you will not find of them. One of them is telling us why the dogs are dirty. You want to tell me the dogs, their tongue is bad? So why they are in the cave with the believers? Why Allah even He put the word dog in the Quran, if it is the word dog? Why Allah created dogs to create Adam and to protect Adam and Eve, as the story we just showed you? And how in the world there's a prophet of God, he ordered you to kill dogs? For the benefit of who? This is obviously a mental illness problem. A phobia from dog, he hate them, he decide to kill them. Otherwise, tell me, what is the reason? There's no reason. Muhammad, he went far with his madness against dogs, and he claimed even a dog who is black, because he's racist, he's the devil. Any Muslim really can explain to us how the black dog is the devil? Just because he's black? Today we spoke about how Allah created dogs, and what we learned. Who remember where Allah created dogs from? Or what from He created the dogs? Anyone remember from what? You see, because the Muslims, they try to take us away from our topic, so we'll talk about different things so people will not laugh at Muhammad. This is the whole story. So what we learn, guys? Dogs are created from what? According to Muhammad and his followers and his God. I know it take time for you to receive my voice. From the spit of Satan. From the spit of Satan. You know, Ruqayya, I will give you a warning. If you speak against the topic, anything you say against the topic, when we talk about the Jews, you can talk about the Jews, no problem. We are talking about the dog. Anything you say out of the topic, I will block you. This is a warning for you. Last warning. Because we knew the game, you know. Muslims, they don't want to talk about something embarrassing. Who is a Muslim want to explain to us why the black dog is a devil? Embarrassing. So what they do? They want to talk about the Jews. They want to talk about Trump. They want to talk about Monica Lewinsky. They want to talk about everybody except the story, except what we show on the screen. For what we are showing is embarrassing. That is what Muslims they do. Why dog is created from the spit of Satan? What, Allah was out of material at that time? Home Depot was closed? From the spit of Shaitan? Well, I thought spit of Shaitan is dirty. So what Allah He did? Isn't it Allah He says we created everything by our hands? So Allah He hold the spit of Shaitan by His hands? His Shaitan is spit. This remind me of the guy, his name is Mimi, you know? So I'm God now. You know, I'm God. Any Muhammadan? Well, today we spoke about how Allah created dogs. Tomorrow we will talk about, as long as we spoke about dogs, tomorrow we'll talk about how Allah created cats. Today we showed you reference from Shia books and Sunni books. Tomorrow we will do the same. How Allah created the cats. Actually, let me, as if I am speaking now to you, create that event. Okay. This picture is good. I will use it for the thing. How Allah created the cats. Even the cat herself, actually, she is really surprised about the story, you know. I mean, the first time I remember I told this story to a cat, she went crazy. She said, "You must be kidding, right?" I said, "No, this is true." All right. Now let us see what time we will do it tomorrow. We will do it tomorrow, like morning my time, but not very early, so people they can be wake up in USA, and same time people who they are in Asia they can still join us. So let us see tomorrow. We will do it at 10 p.m. 10:15 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, New York time. All right. So the topic tomorrow: how Allah created the cats, and you will be astonished with how Allah He did that. It's amazing. Only in Islam you can find such stories. And all of it, it's very much scientifically accurate. I mean, none of you can deny it, right? James Tyler, you want to call about what? We are done for today anyway. You know, some of you says there's somebody have a question about the Bible. Okay, I will give 5 minutes. If anyone have a question about the New Testament, about Christianity, feel free. Uncle Rokas, he is saying use Quran, not fabricated hadith. Well, I don't know how to do that, my friend, but isn't it the Quran is a hadith itself? Isn't it the Quran says that the Quran is a hadith? And isn't it the Quran transmitted in the same way to you by he said, she said? So what do you mean Quran? Okay, I will use Quran. I will use Quran. Let us go to the Quran and love together. Shall we? Here we go. Just toward it. And now what he will say? He will say, you know, this is a fabricated Quran. So let us go to the Quran. Now he will say, I don't like the Quran. What do you think about the story of General Hudhud, the general who is in charge of the army of the birds in the Quran? Where is the guy who like Quran only? Is this a story too? Is it fabricated? That Suleiman, he have an army from chickens, an army from genie, and army from a human? James, he was saying he was thinking to convert to Christianity, but he stumbled because there is a verse speaking about violent. Why it's violent for you? Those people who lived thousands of years ago, they are living in a world of violence. So what is new? And here I smell a hypocrisy. Because if you are a person who is against violence, then why you justify violence yourself? Are you a hippie who don't believe in a police and army? Are you a hippie who believe everybody should sleep with everybody? So people, they say stupid things and they claim, I was going to convert to Christianity, but you know what? This is this is violence. Yeah? The Bible says those who live by the sword shall die. So God himself, he made an order that criminals should be killed. So if you are against criminals to be killed, well, you are a criminal, obviously, and you are afraid to be killed. And yet you claim that this is violence. So I smell that you are a fishy person who is making a statement, but you don't believe in what you are saying. And I believe strongly you believe in violence yourself, but you justify it when you want. Uncle, why you change the topic? Here we go, guys. Isn't it this is the same guy who just said to me, show me from the Quran? Now we show him from the Quran. He said, can you answer my question about Jesus? Aren't you the one who said to me, show me from the Quran a verse, not from the Hadith? Why you skip? Do you really believe that Suleiman, he have an army of chickens? And he have a general, his name is Hudhud? And one day he found him missing? And Hudhud was looking for a woman, she have no hair in her legs? And now we want to talk about Jesus. As I told you, anytime you mention to them something embarrassing, they skip. They go to the Old Testament, they go to the New Testament, they go to Jesus, they go to Trump, they go to they will talk about anything except the topic because it's embarrassing. Can you answer me about Jesus? The title of my video is How Allah Created the Dog. The question is, can you answer me about Jesus? You know, I don't know what those people they eat, but obviously they are not eating a healthy food. Who is a Muslim here? He believed that Suleiman, he used to have an army of a chicken. You see, we will keep it in the farming business. Dog, hudhud, bird, chicken, ants, even the ant. Even when Suleiman, he arrived to the valley of ants, one of the ants, she said, hide, otherwise Suleiman will crush you. What is driving me crazy, how the ant, she knew his name. And the ant, she heard his speech. Sorry, Suleiman, he heard her speech. He heard her speech. Solomon, he heard the speech of the ant. As I know that ants are deaf and they are mute. They do vibration or chemical, which means, yeah, they talk, but this is their talk. It's not by voice. Vibration, they can feel it. They cannot hear it. So Suleiman, he heard her speech and he laughed at her speech. And she said to the ant, hide, otherwise Solomon will crush you. You know what? In the other day, I remember there's an ant and she was like looking at me. I said to myself, man, for sure she is saying to the other ants, hide, otherwise a Christian prince will crush you. Ruqayya, get out of here. You have an obsession with the Jews. Obviously, you used to have a boyfriend, he's a Jew, and he left you. We talk about everything, she talk about the Jews. You want to talk to the Jews, go to the Jews. You are mentally ill. Phobia people. I think when you sleep, you dream about your birthday, you see a Jew. You know, those people, they cannot live without attacking the Jews. Look what our topic. My name is a Christian prince, and they are keep attacking the Jews. I mean, can you believe how funny they are? Christian prince, the Jews. Do you know what the Jews is? A Christian prince. I'm not a Jew. Go talk to the Jews, man. No problem. Do you know the Jews, Christian prince? What's wrong with you? I just showed you the Quran says Allah, he favored them. Not only that, Allah, he ordered Moses to kill all the Palestinians. Do you believe it? Allah, he ordered the Jews to kill all the Palestinians. Yes, brother. And because they refused to kill the Palestinians, Allah, he forbid them to enter the Holy Land for 40 years. And when Allah, he mentioned the word holy, he mentioned it only once. Only. Do you know where? Jerusalem. Not Mecca. And this is your Quran. O my people, enter the Holy Land and slaughter every Palestinian. The Jews, they refuse. Allah, He got angry from them. Only two people, they join ISIS of Moshe. Moshe at that time, he have ISIS, he was doing jihad. So Moshe, he told them, let us do jihad, Allahu Akbar. The Jews, they said to him, no, there's people there, we will not go there until they leave. We don't want to go in war. Only two, they said to Moses, let us go and attack the gate. Only two of the whole Jews. They want to do jihad. So ISIS was Moses was Osama bin Laden, and one of the Jews, his name is Jack Shalom. He is a Zarqawi, and the other one is Jack Walom, you know, and he was al-Baghdadi. They met together and they said, let us attack the Palestinian. And then because they refused, Allah, He said to them, they will never, you will never, those Jews will never enter the Holy Land for 40 years. Uncle Rokos, I'm scared to answer your question. What is your question? You do not give me the question. And don't talk about chicken. Guys, I warn Muslims, anything you say to me, I can use against you. What if I show you that Allah, He ride a chicken? Right now, who will accept the challenge? Have you ever heard of a God, He ride in the top of a rooster? I mean, a cowboy, he ride a horse. A prophet, he ride a donkey. A God, he ride a rooster? Okay. And look what he is saying to me. Look what this guy is saying to me. Answer my question, you retarded Arab camel. Well, your prophet is an Arab. Get out of here, filthy racist. And you worship him. Get out of here. Coward. Coward and racist. If the Arab are a bunch of camels, so why you bow down to Muhammad 5 times a day? Because you're a coward, right? Anyway, going back to Scooby-Doo. As you see, Scooby-Doo is a victim of hate crime established by Muhammad. He will be loved by kids, but when they grow, if they are Muslims and they learn about dogs are filthy, they are dirty, they are disgusting. And now be my witness how many comments we will see in the chat and in the comment section about dogs. Their tongue is very filthy, full of germs and bacteria. Do you know how many germs and bacteria in your tongue too? Do you know that your tongue is more dirty than your toilet seat? Do you know that cats are more dangerous and their saliva is way more dangerous than any animal? But yet Muslims, you have no problem with cats. Even the favorite companion of Muhammad, you Muslim keep citing what he say. His name is Abu Huraira, the father of the cats. The bite of a cat is the most dangerous bite. Let us use some science which is against Allah. All right. We just search in Google, compare dogs and cat bites. August 13, 2009, it doesn't matter, this is science anyway. So which one is more ugly? The cat bite or the dog's bite? Now, logically speaking, right away you would say the dogs, man, come on, because they have big teeth. Yes, their teeth is bigger and they can damage the flesh. way more. But the cat can cause a very harmful infection. And the bite of a cat can be the most nasty. Way more than dogs. So if your excuse is that the tongue of cats, the dogs, is full of bacteria, well, all animals are full of bacteria, and human being is too. And cats, by science, is way more nasty with their bacteria. And cats, they have very sharp teeth, yet they are small, right? But it's enough to cause a very harmful infection. You might even lose your arm. So why this enmity against dogs? They are saying here that a cat who is, maybe the bite appear to be minor for you because it's a small bite. I mean, you know, it's a cat, like, hello. But it can be a major. And it can be causing a serious problem. Way more than the bite of a dog. Somebody saying I am a pagan. Well, you can say that. No problem. Don't forget to go and shake your head in the front of a stone. Do we have any Muslim have anything to say? Anyone? So if you're excuse that dogs are dirty, this is not an excuse. All creatures are dirty. A human is the most dirty creature ever. You are dirty in your mind, you are dirty in your act, and you are dirty in your in your body, and you are dirty in every way. And the funny that Muslims, they used to fight over the piss of Muhammad, even his urine. So if a dog, he touch you with his tongue, he is filthy, but you drink the piss of a man? Very weird. All right. So anyway, I think we covered today the topic. Tomorrow we will be early morning, not early morning. I mean, I made it late, a little bit late, so people, they can be join us from different countries in the world, and we will talk about how Allah created the cats. So until we see you tomorrow, how many of you like cats? You like cats? Tomorrow you will learn how Allah, He created the cats. I mean, no, even the cat, look at the cat herself. She is looking like, look at this. She was surprised, like, what? Tomorrow you will tell me how Allah created me, meow? So Mrs. Meow, tomorrow she will be joining us to listen about how Allah created her and her grandparents, like the grandparents' cat. And look at her, like she was like, cannot wait, you know, like, I want to hear it. What are you going to tell me? So the dog, she's saying to herself now, the dog is created from the spit of Satan. I know it. I know it. I know it. The cat is saying that. I know it. I know it from the beginning. I know it. That dog is created from the spit of Satan. I know it. Why I'm not surprised? She's not surprised. The cat is not surprised. But tomorrow we will find out where Allah created the cat from. So until we see you tomorrow, guys, I want to say thank you very much. And Muslim, don't forget to make a comment. Have nothing to do with the topic as usual, because you are the best people ever who comment about things is not even what we are talking about, because you don't dare to talk about the topic for its embarrassment. Thank you. God bless you all. We love the Muslims, but We don't support lies and fabrication and fictions and stupidity. So we try our best to help them to see the truth, and the truth will set them free. The truth, my friend, will set you free. That is the word of my Lord. He is the truth. He is the only truth, and the rest is a fraud. Thank you. God bless you, and until we see you soon again. Christ is Lord. Islam is false. And God bless.